right.
All right.
So we should be good. Hey, Zali.
Hi.
Lovely to meet you again.
Nice to meet you again.
How are you doing?
I am doing okay.
All right. All right. So how long have you been playing DragonRealms?
I've been playing off and on since 97.
97? Okay.
1997.
What keeps bringing you back?
I love the game. I love the atmosphere, the opportunities to role play, get involved with other people doing the same thing.
Okay. And you're actually involved with the Jousting Club, is that right?
Yes, I run Heart and Helm Jousting Club. And that's been going for about a year and a half now. We do once or twice a month, we do a regular jousting event. And it is get on your horses. You got to wear all your armor. It's an actual, like if you were watching Knight's Tale type of jousting. It's a lot of fun. People really get into it. You can put barding on your horses. If you get a joust against somebody who is lower level than you, you knock them off their horse. Scoring, you hit a shield, that's a point. You hit their torso, it's 3 points. You knock them off the horse, it's 5 points and a win. So you keep jousting each other until some player gets 5 points. And it's a really fun thing to do. It's different, a little bit. Some people get into it. Some people are just like, who wants to joust? It's boring.
Well, what do you find exciting about it?
I, first of all, I love the horses. I love horses in real life. I like the heralding is really fun because when we have our tournaments, we also have heralds. And they'll come out. Like, have you ever seen Knight's Tale?
Heralds? I'm not, no.
Okay, so if you've never seen Knight's Tale, you probably won't get it. But like Crobin is one of our best heralds out here. I don't know if you've talked to Crobin or not.
Yep,
actually, he is on the list. But they come out and they introduce the person, and they've got a big speech about him and their horse. And Vaden, actually, across the room over there, is in Heart and Helm Jousting Club. He's one of my big helpers, and he's also a wonderful herald too. So
the heralds
it's a
are
lot of fun.
Like cheerleaders for the jousters, or
more like an introduction for the jousters. So an example would be next up on the field, here comes Zalinyar on her amazing steed Esol, and they're going to be showing the whole world what it feels like to eat dirt, stuff like that. It's fun.
So is this all like player mechanics, or is
this
jousting is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So you have to get on your horse, mount your horse. You have to signal your horse to joust, and then there's a short timer. The mechanics go, and it depends on skill, stats, who wins the joust. It's just a lot of fun to do.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I actually had no idea that was in the game until you told me yesterday. So,
really?
Oh, no, I think you told me on.
It was probably
Thursday,
Friday.
Or Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So jousting has been around for a really long time. We have a tournament called the World Jousting Tournament that I have taken over, and it's huge. It's provincial, so we go from Shard to Rotha or Aesri, Therengia. Crossing is usually where we have it in. I can't even think of that. Where is the crossing? I don't spend much time there. I'm a northerner. Anyway, we go to the different provinces and hold the jousts. People sign up. We have this 7 different ranks based on skill that you fit into. So people who are certain circles will go against as closely as we can match up. So it's a fair fight. Sometimes in practice we don't get fair fights, but it's still fun to cheer people who get backflipped off their horse, or count how many seconds it takes them to recover, because how hard you're hit depends on round time. Sometimes you can even get knocked out of the rim. It's a good time. But the World Jousting Tournament used to be ran by orders, and our order system has decreased, so we don't have the orders that we used to. And when I took it over the first year, I ran it all by myself. And the second year that I ran it, I enlisted the help of the orders so that we could try to get the prizes and gifts, because those are a big thing at events. Going to what's in the gift box? What are they
Even
giving us
here,
this time? Yes.
I won this.
Yeah. So, yep. And that, say you took the championship of the jousting tournament, your stainless steel stein printed with champion of the World Jousting Championship 444 would be your prize. So,
Okay.
we do try our best to get a lot of people involved and to reward them for participating and having fun with us.
So you're a northerner, you said?
I'm a northerner. Yes, I am Therengia.
So is there like a divide between the continents?
The provinces. So Shard is at the bottom, and then there's, I can't think of what crossing is. I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work very well sometimes. Then you cross the river and you're in Therengia.
Okay.
So there's a river that divides each province on this side, and then you have Muspari, which is further north, and Forfinder. Nobody can pronounce that one. We just call it Four for him. And then across the ocean is Ratha and Azri and the islands. So we've got this whole world that we travel around. Boats. Moon mages can, set up portals and transfer us around. Horses get transferred from stable to stable via moon magic. So, say I stabled my horse in the crossing and I wanted to go to Ratha and joust, I just go over there and pull my horse out of that stable.
Okay.
So it's pretty easy.
Do you have to pay for that, or?
Yeah, there's some fees involved, but it's not expensive. Stabling. When you pull your horse out of the stable, they charge you kronars or dakwaras, whichever province you're in. It's like, oh, your horse has been with us for quite a while. This is how much feed it's eaten.
Mm-hmm.
This is how much you owe us. So it's kind of like a real life boarding your horse somewhere.
So where are you from? I know you're from in the game, but where are you from in real life?
In real life, I live in Iowa. So I kind of am a northerner. Not too far north. But yes, in real life, I'm from Iowa.
Okay. Well, Iowa, I'm from Missouri, so we're both
nice.
Midwesterners, or I guess you could say northern if you prefer.
I've lived in Missouri. I have lived in Oregon, Kentucky, Florida, Wisconsin. I think that's all.
You've been everywhere.
Yeah, I kind of call myself a gypsy. Been around.
Go
ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I traveled in construction, so I moved around a lot.
Okay. So how do you like St. Louis so far?
Oh, I love St. Louis. I lived here for 2.5 years.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the pizza?
It depends on where you order it from.
Oh, that's definitely fair.
I don't know which pizza I like the best. I'm a good old Pizza Hut Domino's girl. I will try anything once, but please don't give me anchovies.
No, I like anchovies actually.
Some people do.
Yeah. Well, weirdo. No pineapple though.
No. Pineapple and pepperoni don't go together.
Ham, I can do with ham. It's okay.
Yeah, just not on pizza.
So, are you doing anything else in St. Louis while you're here, or?
I would like to go, before I go back home to Iowa, I would like to go drive across the bridges that I built. Yep.
Would you want to tell us which ones, or you don't have to?
Oh, I can, sure. I worked on the Chain of Rocks Bridge, which is the I-270 bridge up by Granite City. Mm-hmm. And I also worked on the Daniel Boone Bridge, which is the 64 bridge.
Okay. Actually, I don't travel that area too often, so.
The Blanchette Bridge.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I was on that bridge briefly, not very long, the one by the Star Casino.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
And I was only there for a couple of weeks. They had some piling troubles and drilling, and I was a drilled shaft specialist, so I get called in when there's a problem shaft, and I help fix it.
Well, do you want to tell me about your character? Tell me about Zali.
Zali. oh, Zali. She is something. So I have some favorite items. I have a specialty drink, which is rum. It's called Dark Fire Rum, and it's lined with pepper and has honey on it. It has its own unique flavor. You can't get it anywhere else. I have a little dragon charm that I have to wave to make my rum.
It's a Zali exclusive.
It is. It is. And so that's fun to pass out at events, you know, and stuff. It's like, oh, I like you. Here, have some of my rum. And then I also have a little badge that I had made that says, keep it up and you'll become the next body in my basement.
Your character has the badge?
Yes, my character has the badge. Zali has a problem with the Paladin Council. She thinks that they're hiding secrets and people and just a whole bunch of problem people. So she kind of is anti-Paladin. There's exceptions like Madigan. He's a good Paladin. Vaden, actually Vaden is my in-game spouse. So he's an okay Paladin too, but I do threaten him with the basement. To be fair, there are no basements in the game.
I was going. Oh, so
no, this is all role
They're all
play.
one room. Yeah, they're all one room houses.
Yes.
So I was going to bring that up. Oh.
No, there are no basements. I have asked multiple times for alteration for just a door that says basement. It doesn't have to open. It doesn't have to go anywhere. I just want the door.
Now, what do you want the door to look like?
It would have to look like a dark, deep dungeon. You know, earlier in one of the panels, they said we're not going to offer torture or some kind of dungeon equipment for punishment as beds. You know, we're not going to offer that. So I was like, man, that would be so cool for my basement. But of course, you know, basements aren't a real thing. This is all role play, which DragonRealms is a role play game. So it's a lot of fun to get that out there and threaten people with my basement.
Well, if they make punishment props, they may be used for more than just
fighting. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So we're obviously here at SimuCon.
Yes, I love SimuCon.
Dark Fire Rum. So are you going to make some of that here for us all?
Like in game, I can. I don't have a bottle of it floating around in real life.
Can't throw together all the ingredients.
No, I don't know. I guess we could probably get some pepper and rum and honey, and it'd be like making a margarita.
Well, if you do,
yeah, we'll definitely get you some rum. But if you really want some Dark Fire Rum, then you got to start playing DragonRealms.
Okay, fair enough. I got the blue lanyard, so
yep, I know. Maybe next year, right?
Maybe. So why don't you like the Paladins? What are they up to?
They're up to so much. They're hiding people. Prevalent people disappear. I feel like the Paladin Council is behind it.
Ooh, the 5 people.
Yes. Well, no, not the people who are in space jail. Okay. This is old lore. This goes back years. I think our Baron's crooked. And one time I tried to set his keep on fire. I started a riot for not being allowed into a ball. And there was a bunch of us who didn't get to go into the ball with the Baron. So, I started a huge riot. We were throwing food. We were lighting things on fire at the keep doors. That's the kind of person Zali is in game. She's a
rebel, huh?
Yeah. Not quite a heel, but not a good girl either. She's a pain in the rear.
Why wouldn't they let you into the ball?
The doors closed and were not reopened.
They were never
nope.
Explained or anything?
Nope. It was like, oh, okay, that's enough. We're done letting people in.
Well, you showed them, didn't you?
Yeah. I tried to burn the keep down. I'd do it again, too.
So I hear the Baron's, his health has been waning in recent years.
Nobody's seen him. Nobody can find him. Is he even still alive? Nobody knows.
Was he replaced by the Paladins? Taken away, kidnapped or something?
He is a Paladin.
Oh.
So.
Betrayed by his own kind, perhaps.
That's what Paladins do. That's what they do best.
So, being a little bit of a rebel, are you with the Empire or against them?
Define Empire.
Well, I'm the worst person to ask. Because
okay.
I'm just told the Empire is the governing body in the world. Sometimes it's a little bit autocratic, from my understanding. Authoritarian a little bit, at times.
Okay, so I can answer that kind of. I used to be the vice speaker of the Order of the Dragon Shield, which is all about Therengian rule. It is all about no anti-necros, anti-anything bad, and we are very pure Puritans. We always fight the bad guys. And then I wasn't that role anymore, and then I kind of questioned, oh, what do I want to do now? And then I started digging into the Paladin history and what they were doing, and I'm like, oh, okay. So they really are assholes. But not all of them, the characters themselves, there are good Paladins out there, but there are also ones who play rotten. And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The rotten ones are the ones that I threaten with my basement.
So Therengia rule. Is that the capital province, or?
That would be the northern province. So in Therengia, with the Barons rule, we don't have any tolerance of sorcery or necromancy. They're not allowed to set foot on the property. They cross that river, they die. So one of the fun things that Zali likes to do is stand by the river and set necromancers on fire when they climb out of the river. That's just another one of those. How far can I push Zali's buttons today?
Okay. So obviously there's some issues with magic in the world happening right now.
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think it all boils down to the Paladins. I think the Bulwark is failing. I think that the Paladin Council knows about it. I think they're keeping the secrets from the rest of the world. And eventually it's all going to come out. Those are my thoughts, though.
Is Zali going to expose them?
I try every day. I go on missions to expose the Paladin Council. I go through the keep and pick locks and try to open doors that are locked and closed and find secret hiding places. And I'm always looking for things.
Should you be telling them that on a live stream? What if they're watching?
Then I'll probably end up missing, like Sir Baron and Owen and many others who are missing.
Well, what's the best evidence you have so far that the Paladins are behind this or involved in trying to cover it up?
The best evidence that I have ever come up with is all pretty well right in front of everybody's faces. They just choose to ignore it. People look past it, like the Bulwark failing. The magic, when the Paladins are supposed to be this golden, pure-hearted knight in shining armor, and they're out there practicing sorcery, what's it doing to the Bulwark that they created to keep out the evil? It's letting the evil seep in. That's what's wrong with magic. That's what's wrong with the Paladins. And I think that they are all behind it.
The Bulwark failing. So they've created this in theory to try and stop monsters from coming in?
Correct.
But it's not. It's collapsed. It's not working anymore?
That's our theory. It's a working theory.
Okay.
It creates, or it doesn't create, it allows the darkness that's coming into the lands. That's one explanation, one theory. But that's the theory that I work with, that the Paladins are behind it.
So what about the 5 people who are in space jail?
The guys who are in space jail, unfortunately, due to some health issues, I have not been playing as actively as I used to be. And I was not a part of those events. So I only know what is being discussed at other places, other events. I don't know what happened to them that day. I didn't see it, so I really don't have a base opinion on it.
Okay. So what do you think of the text-based gameplay?
I love it. I love having to use your imagination to make things. There's no pictures to look at. There's no I guess it's old school. I like make believe, making up stories. And I really love the aspect that there's 300 other people out there writing that same book with you. It's really cool. That's my favorite thing about it.
Collaborative efforts.
Yep.
So we kind of talked about this, but role playing.
Uh-huh.
So what kind of role playing do you like to do?
It depends on the situation. It depends on how snarky I'm feeling that day. If I'm feeling like I'm going to be good and sit there and listen and keep my mouth shut, I usually have my cup of rum. I'll lean up against the wall, cross my arms, and if somebody says something that I would normally have a snarky response to, I just drink my rum. And that's just how I handle some of it. Zali's one of those people that you just never know what she's going to say or what she's going to do. Everything may be fine, or she may turn around and set the necro on fire that's been standing in the corner and everybody's ignoring. You just never know.
Chaotic neutral?
Sure. Chaotic for sure. I don't know about the neutral part.
Chaotic something.
Chaotic.
You don't have to answer this, but did you ever engage with erotic roleplay?
Oh, like the Blue Door stories?
I don't know the Blue Door stories. I think.
Oh
no!
Wait a minute. That name's not on the list. No, we'll leave the Blue Door stories alone.
Okay, all right. A mystery for the readers.
Exotic roleplay in moderation, I guess, would have its place in ordinary roleplay. You just, it's a place and time type of thing. You don't want to ever take anything to an extreme. And that goes with any kind of roleplay.
Yeah, I agree. So player versus player, you're setting the necromancers on fire. So that seems to be something you're engaging with a little bit at least.
Yeah, I get in trouble with consent a lot because you're supposed to take the time to look at the player's profile and see if they are open, if they're PvP open, closed, neutral, and I don't bother with it. So I get in trouble a lot for killing people I just like gank. You're a necro, you're on fire. and then I get that consent worn, or they're not real harsh with me because the people who are role playing, the necros that I'm setting on fire, they know it's coming from me. So it's a risk they're taking.
So why are the necros bad in your view?
Why are they bad? Because I'm a northerner and it's against the law for them to be where they are. I'm not going to do this behavior in Shard. I don't go to areas where they're accepted and set them on fire. But when they come to where they're not supposed to be, I take care of it.
Okay.
Or do my best. Sometimes I get the one set on fire.
So the necromancers, you can use fireballs and stuff too, or I don't know the spell.
Oh, they have all kinds of yucky magic. They can melt your face. They can throw acid and stuff at you. Just all kinds of spells that they have that actually are kind of cool. Neat spells. I wouldn't mind having a few, but Zali's a purist. She doesn't do sorcery or agree with it either. So,
well, what do you think of scripting?
I think scripting is a great way to get experience, but I also use it in moderation. If my laptop is open and I'm playing, I'm in front of it. I may get up and go to the bathroom or go throw the laundry over, but if my game is open, I'm aware of what's going on.
Okay.
Because you never know what you're going to miss. Sir Baron may come strolling down the street. I don't want to miss that.
No, he's gone forever. The Paladins got rid of him.
No, he's in hiding somewhere.
Chief Paladin.
We'll find him.
So, what about your house? You said you want to have a basement. Unfortunately, not quite yet.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Maybe someday.
Yeah. So, what do you think of housing?
I think that there needs to be a little bit more housing than there is. My house is pretty awesome. I have a little cottage along kind of like a lake view, so I can see the lake from where my house is. And part of my role play here, I have a rusty pile of shields and swords outside the door of my house, which come from all of the paladins in my basement, of course.
Are they usable?
No, it's just decoration.
Okay.
But we have a lot of cool, decoration stuff for houses. If it's fall, you can put pumpkins on your porch. If it's winter, you can put snowmen on your porch. There's a lot of decoration options, but I feel like they need to have more options for racial housing. Like the gnomes live in little knolls. There need to be more of them because they're so scarce and they're so sought after. One person sits and watches this house until the other person goes away and then jumps right on it. So if there was a variety, more tree houses, more gnome houses, dwarves like to live in caves. It would be really cool to have a better variety for racial.
Okay. Do you think that's something that they're going to be adding, or?
Yeah, I think that they probably will be working on it. It was discussed in one of our forums yesterday and
I was
today.
actually there for that one.
Yep. So I think
for a little bit.
I have high hopes for the housing. Actually, high hopes.
Well, you mentioned the fall and the pumpkins. Now there is a Halloween event, is there not, or something they don't call
Hallows Eve.
Hallows Eve. Okay.
And we have a corn maze that you can run. It's a microtransaction, MT. But Hallows Eve is really fun. There's a lot of cool shops, a lot of different items that can only be gotten through Fest. That's where I buy a lot of the prizes for the jousting is at the Fests.
And you mentioned microtransactions. What do you think of the monetization of the game?
Like our in-game currency or
out of game? So like the SimuCon shop. Sorry, not SimuCon shop. The Simu shop, I believe it was called, or people have mentioned it. And then just the microtransaction events. I know.
Oh, like our SimuCoin.
SimuCoin, that was it.
Yeah,
SimuCoin.
yeah. So
yeah,
you can go into the shop and purchase items. Or if you're out of money, you're out of kronars, you can buy more kronars. I think that's an awesome idea. And I think there are times when people who can afford to do that, I'm not one of them, but when you want something like the dragon talisman is so damn expensive. Every war mage wants a dragon familiar, but they're so expensive, nobody can really get one.
But so dragon familiars exist, but dragons themselves, except for the one.
Except for the world dragon, which is sleeping.
I was told by somebody else. It was one of the first people I interviewed. It might have been Ruea.
Okay.
I think she mentioned, or it might have been somebody else. So I don't want to say, but they mentioned that there was an experience where they had encountered a one-time thing where they encountered a dragon that like a GM had created temporarily, I guess, for the game. That showed up like a role-play scenario, but it was only a one-time thing. And to her knowledge, that was the only time that a dragon had ever shown up, other than the World Dragon event.
I don't know much about that. I know that the GMs are really awesome with entertaining us with things like that. Like Joe Iranos is crazy good with the characters that he comes up with, like the Krenz, the Goblin, and all of the lava fire stuff with the volcano activities that he did. And I really, really enjoy his interaction with the game. And there's other GMs that put so much effort into it, and I feel like a lot of times they're underappreciated or maybe don't get the recognition that they should because they are important.
Yeah, a lot of people here have praised them. So
they're wonderful, wonderful.
So, what do you think of weddings?
Weddings are cool. I've had lots of them. Yep. So I marry a paladin and then I kill him.
Oh, really? That's your track record with it?
Yes, it's part of my role play.
Well, isn't your current?
Yes, my current spouse is a paladin. He has not disappeared yet.
He's not long for this world. It sounds like.
He's a good one. He's a good guy.
What do you think of the future of the game? And you can answer this two ways, right? You can answer it in terms of the future of the game as a commercial product, and then also like the future of the game world itself. Either way, or both.
Our community is very small, as you can see. There's not a lot of people here. At any given time in game, there's between 300 and 600 people, but a lot of that is duplicate characters. So one person is running 6 characters. So in truth, we may have 200 to 300 people in our game base. I feel like we need to figure out how to market to the younger generation, or the game will die when we do. And that's sad because I love it. And I don't ever want to see it go away.
How do you bring in new people? How do you think?
Well, for instance, my daughter is 17, and I created a character for her and had her play it and see what she thought. And sometimes she'll hop on with me. Sometimes, if I'm having health issues, I had a spine surgery. I was running the WJT when I was recuperating from this, and I was in so much pain that I was sitting beside her on the couch telling her what to type, and she was just like running my event for me. And I think getting our kids involved is an excellent way. I think marketing. I don't know anything about the marketing side. I don't know what they do, but I think, yeah, I think marketing wouldn't be hurtful. Put a TV commercial out. You ever wanted to write a book with 500 other people? Try DragonRealms or GemStone. You know.
So, what was the? Oh, that's what I was asking. Yeah, is your daughter a paladin? That's what I was asking.
How old? She's
no. Sorry, is she a paladin?
No, my daughter.
Perfect.
No, we made her an empath. We felt like that would be the easiest character for her to start.
I'm an empath in GemStone.
Oh,
I don't really play, so.
You don't play?
Not really. I played like 20 minutes, maybe an hour.
No.
I still have climate wear from the last SimuCon that I won from the Roaring Twenties Casino.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a ton of fun.
And I never claimed it.
I didn't claim a lot of my stuff either, but it wasn't really items and things that Zali would use. So what I did claim, I gave away to people who wanted it. And I do that a lot. I'll see somebody struggling, a new character, not have the right equipment. I'll be like, hey, let's go shopping. Buy them whatever they need.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Are you a mentor?
I'm not a good mentor. They point at me and say, these are the things you don't do.
Well, any wild stories from DragonRealms?
I have so many wild stories. There was one time Vaden and I were sitting on the riverbank waiting for necros to swim across because there was an event going on that was drawing necros to Therengia. And we were fishing and having a fish fry, and just, as they would come across, chat with people, handed out fish, and I'd be burning the necros. There's all kinds of fun stuff. It's a lot of it is very spontaneous. And that was one of those things. It was just like, hey, why don't we do this? It'd be so much fun. And it draws people to you, and you get involvement. You get people who are going, now we'd rather go do the big thing, but sometimes I don't really want to be involved with the big thing because my skill level isn't high enough that I can really do much good. So I do things like that, small things.
Did you do Droughtman's challenge?
Last night?
Yeah.
Yes.
How'd it go?
I got stuck in Droughtman's. I lost the use of my left arm during the event, so I could no longer type. And I got actually help getting out of Droughtman's today. I've been stuck in there all day. Yeah, I liked it. It was a lot of fun. Droughtman's is one of my favorite MTs to do. So we get excited when our favorites come around. Everybody has their favorite.
Well, any wild stories from SimuCon?
Oh, gosh. You'll see.
Tonight, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
You'll see. There's always fun stories, like last year at the Roaring 20s. My table was sitting there winning, and I was like giving my claims because we were going for this big house in Therengia, right? Which still hasn't been built, by the way. We're still waiting for our house.
From last year?
Yeah.
What's the delay?
I don't know. The GM staff has so many other things on their plate right now. It's just not a huge concern. And the players are okay with it taking time. We're not going to make a big stink about it.
Sorry.
That's okay.
All right. So do you play other mods?
No. It's DragonRealms, always and forever.
Okay. Other video games?
Nope. My daughter has I think it's a Nintendo that she plays that sometimes, and then she plays Minecraft.
Okay.
And I'll watch her play Minecraft, but oh my gosh, there's one on my phone that she makes me play sometimes when she's missing a person.
Among Us? Or?
Yes, that's it.
It's crazy.
Yes, that's it. I know. But other than she'll send me a text message and she's like, I need a teammate, log in. So that's the only time I ever play any other video game.
Well,
Not a gamer. It's just DragonRealms because I love it.
All right. Well, other hobbies or interests you want to talk about?
Surprisingly enough, I love to crochet.
Well, someone else was too.
Yep, I was admiring Melly's blanket over there just a while ago. That's what made me think of that.
Yeah, I just reviewed her.
Yep,
not 20 minutes ago. It's probably like an hour ago now.
Kind of artistic. I like to doodle and make things. I like to carve, but no, it's work, home, eat, and sleep most of my life.
The issue with working.
Working is what is required in order to have fun.
You carve, you said?
Yeah, I like to carve things.
Like wood or?
Anything. Wood, stone, soap, plastic. If I can make something out of it, I will.
You're gonna be a vendor here sometime?
No. I make things for people. A gift.
Well, would you like to take a couple wild cards? You can take any amount you want, 1 to 3.
A
really.
Wild card. Oh
These
my
are
gosh.
Player community submitted questions. So these are all from people here at the con.
Okay.
You can leave your own too if you want. I can get a marker for when we're done.
I see which one mine is. Is there anything you know of? Uh-oh. They must be getting ready to set up for tonight.
Oh,
they're getting the meat out. Is there anything you know of that is cross-game lore that you feel should be expanded on? And I'm assuming that means from GS to
I assume so.
DR.
But I would assume that's.
I'm not familiar with GemStone enough to answer that question, but I know we both have horses, and I know GemStone's horses are better than our horses, and I would like for that to cross over to DragonRealms.
Why are their horses better?
They can do more with them. Like in DragonRealms, only paladins can ride their horses into battle. I want to ride my horse in a battle, but I can't. I can't make my horse jump across a rock in the road or lead it around the rock in the road, and they can. Ours just won't go. You have to go put it in a stable and then go to the other side of the rock in the road and pull it out of another stable, and it's just not.
So the horses, over the time span between the two games, they've lost this ability. Only paladins can ride them now.
I mean, I'm jealous. Only paladins can ride them in battle.
In the battle,
yes.
Well, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Not really. I kind of covered everything that your questions. I don't know, did you have any other questions?
What's it like running an in-game organization?
It's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding when you can create fun for other people. It makes me feel really good to be able to provide the community with something that they wouldn't otherwise have. So in a way, it's kind of self-satisfying, but it's also because I love everybody else. And, I know you don't get that when I talk about Zali, but I am a people person and I love people, and I'm not a baddie. I just do bad things.
The people in the basement disagree.
They're in the basement for a reason.
Well, thank you, Zali.
You are very welcome. It was fun.
It was.
All done?
Yep, we're done.
Okay.